Buyers don't buy, and here's how to fix it. See, the market's not cold. Your buyers are just confused. So we're going to jump into this here. Day three today of our buyer flow series. Okay, and this one is really critical. Confused buyers don't buy. And here's how to fix it. You can put all kinds of tactics and stuff in place, but if it doesn't matter what the process delivers, if people don't understand what the real problem is that they're trying to solve, then they have no reason to try to solve it with you. Right? That's a problem. So today we're going to talk about one of the most frustrating realities in business. Your buyer wants to buy. They're stuck, overwhelmed, and confused. That's frustrating. Frustrating. They want to buy. They're just not sure why they should. They haven't reached a place of clarity. Okay. Confused buyers don't buy. You've heard that a million times. Not because they don't need you, not because they don't want to buy from you, not because they don't want the solution. It's just that confusion creates paralysis. The paradox of choice. There's a million things. We'll go to this whole separate training that we're going to be doing coming up around the paradox of choice, because that is something that overwhelms far too many people in the marketplace. So confusion creates paralysis. And today we're going to fix that. All right. Your buyer wants to buy. Confusion is killing the sale before it starts. Right. So if you're feeling me, if you're tracking here, make sure that whatever platform you're on, just give me a thumbs up, like wherever you're at, just give us a thumbs up, whether you're on YouTube, on Facebook, LinkedIn, TikTok, wherever. So give us a thumbs up on it. All right. Let me tell you a real moment that this started getting to be crystal clear for me that we were just doing it wrong. We were approaching it wrong. So it's been a few years now, but I was talking to a potential client, an extremely smart guy, one of the smartest entrepreneurs I've come across, very successful, and he knew he needed help. We talked for about 20 minutes. He nodded the whole time, agreed with everything, right? He wanted the outcome. He could afford the investment. But his response was, Jim, I hear what you're saying, and I really like all that. I'm just not sure if that's the real problem that I'm dealing with. So, boom, that was the moment. I was like, how do you not understand this? Right? Because he didn't see it the way that I saw it. Right? With us, people come to us for salespeople. That's like the number one thing they come to us. We help people scale companies, scale to exits. We build systems, processes, strategies. We're high end consulting. We generated $500 million worth of results. We're really, really good at what we do. We're event experts, launch experts, sales team, anything. We basically plug and play sales division for companies. But what we recognize is that people coming for salespeople because that's what they think the problem is. And we recognize that that was not the real problem. The problem is your business wasn't designed to generate revenue. No company of any size that we have ever come across has been designed to generate revenue. They're always designed to fulfill a product, to deliver customer service, right? Sales is the last thing that most people just figure out in business. Most companies make sales simply by brute force or effort, and just in spite of themselves. Okay. But that was the moment when I recognized, right? He wasn't resisting the investment. He wasn't resisting the solution. He wasn't resisting me. We still have a great relationship to this day. And it took us a while before we got to a place where we could make something work. We never ended up working together, but he has sent many people our way since then. He was confused about the problem. He thought, I just need salespeople. And we realized that you were going through salespeople too bad, too many ways because your system wasn't designed. Your company wasn't designed to deliver revenue. And so you didn't have processes that would execute on that. And then salespeople that could operate those processes. Most people treat salespeople like the process. Hey, let me just throw salespeople at my pile of leads and magic will ensue. That's the great fastest path to breaking your business. And even if it does work, it only works for a short time. And when that salesperson ends up leaving because they're a unicorn, and someone else is recruiting them away, you're going to be right back where you started before that person came on. Okay, so we're not diving into all of that. I'm just trying to use that as an example to help you see that people's perception. What is the problem that you have? Type it in the chat. What's the problem that people come to you with, but you know it's a different problem? They think it's problem X. You know it's problem Y. All right, type that in the chat. I'd love to hear it. Okay, so he was confused about the problem. And we know confused buyers don't buy. They delay, they circle, they think about it. They come back months later saying, hey, yeah, I should have done this earlier. Okay. And so I started changing the way I communicated, right? You have to think about this. The market isn't cold. Your buyers are confused and they're busy searching for a solution to a problem that might not even be the real problem. And you're trying to let their diagnosis lead you. That's a challenge. Okay. So we went from describing solutions to diagnosing problems. And so that's why we talk all the time about the way your company is designed. And especially if you're a founder connected to the sales process, then you are the bottleneck. You are the reason that your company has a ceiling right now that is won't grow beyond you. And you can't be the salesperson. And you can't be the person running the sales team and be the founder CEO that's building an empire. Okay, you have to pick one, and typically the you have if you can't be replicated by somebody else, you have to be replicated by design, by a system, by a process, by a flow. And so these are the ways that we talk about solving the problem, so that it's not just about hey, you need a salesperson, right? You need a system and a process where a salesperson can predictably and consistently overachieve without having to be a unicorn closer. How do you talk about your problem in a way that helps people see it's not really the thing that they think, it's something else? And you, as the expert of that problem, will help them get to clarity. Okay? When you speak about the real problem that your buyer is experiencing, they move because now it makes sense and they understand. Okay? Most entrepreneurs are busy spending their time trying to show value. Show value, 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 value. It's all we hear all the time. Value. I got news for you. Value is in the eye of the beholder. It needs to be valuable to them. They need to see it as valuable. You could send something of value. I could send you a 3 hour workshop that I've done that is monumental, great value. And to you, it doesn't feel valuable because I just gave you 3 hours worth of work to do. Right. So even though it might be some of you might be my best stuff, it might not be perceived as value. So stop trying to show value. Look at my features, look at my benefits, look at my proof, look at my case studies because people don't care. Right. They don't move because of value. They move because of certainty, problem certainty. You have to move people from problem aware to problem certainty, future certainty, timing certainty. It is your job to help people understand that this is the problem and this is the cost of not solving it. Right. So, in this, as an example, helping you understand that because your company and your business was not designed to generate revenue, it is 100% dependent upon your efforts, your manual efforts, day in and day out, which you probably already know, which is why you're even paying attention to this. And it's killing your business. It's killing your life. It's killing your your hope, right? It's frustrating, even if you're good at it, because then your business only goes as fast as you go instead of being designed to generate consistent and predictable revenue. Okay? That's always a problem. So you need to make sure that people understand that it's not about being aware of the problem. It's about being certain that the problem exists and that there is a definite consequence and a cost to not solving it. It's not about drilling in pain. That's not how we work. We want clarity, absolute clarity, right? When people talk about sales, a lot of sales trainers talk about, you got to get to the pain. I don't buy that. You need to get to clarity, and clarity will uncover pain if it's there. Many times it will just uncover gaps, holes, frustrations, roadblocks, obstacles. Okay, so just don't be so focused on trying to get people's pain. Make sure that you get them absolute problem certain. Okay, I'm certain that if you are watching this at all, it's because you see that the marketplace is crowded and you're trying to figure out how to stand out in it and how to convert better in the midst of the marketplace as it is today. And you're doing it wrong. Okay, your job is not to convince people that you're valuable. Your job is to clarify the exact problem that they're actually experiencing so that they finally say, yeah, that's it. That's my thing. This is the moment. You should be saying right now, are you that you know what that makes sense. My business is not designed to generate revenue. I'm the one who has to hustle and grind to go find those. And we want to move you from the hustle and grind to becoming easy to find and then easy to convert and easy to work with, right? That's the whole jam. So that's I'm just gonna show you this here real quick. What I want you to see is excuse me. Okay, day three, right? We got to move them from confused to certain, from confused to certain. That's the whole mission. That's the movement. If they don't move to certain, they don't understand. They don't know that they should buy. They know something's wrong, but they still don't know that what the fix is or that you're the person who's ideally suited to fix it. Right? People don't buy solutions, they buy clarity. You must lead them to clarity. And that has to start from the moment you start messaging to anything you have them opt into, videos you have them watch, etc. Everything needs to lead to clarity so that they go, yes, that makes sense. Because remember, a sale is simply the ideal logical solution and conclusion to a well-told story. You have to be telling that story well. That's what I hope I've been telling you for the last couple of days and leaving into today. Okay. Your buyers are overwhelmed. They're overinformed, right? They're under guided. They're distracted, right? They're dopamine fried because they're getting hits all day long, every feed, everywhere, on every device. Okay. They're decision fatigued. They need you to lead them to a place where it makes a perfect sense to be able to do the thing you say that they do instead of them just stalling out on the side of the road. A problem certainty. When someone understands the real problem, the solution becomes obvious. Does that make sense? I hope you are seeing that right now. That's why we're not saying go master sales. It's not about mastering sales. It's about designing your world in such a way that sales happen consistently and predictably. That's the game that we're playing. That's the game you should be playing. Then you don't have to worry about being a master of sales or even having masters of sales in your business. It's just people who can operate a well designed system that is here to generate revenue predictably and consistently for your company. Okay. The deeper that they are in the problem certainty, the more ready they are to do something about it. They can't just be problem aware. Stop listening to all the jargon that's out there and all the terms that have been around for years and years and decades and decades. Hey, start thinking. Hey, not about problem aware, problem certain. Problem aware might get them to click on your list. Do you want people on your list, dead weight that you got to pay to email all the time? Or do you want people who are problem certain and looking for a solution so that you can show up as the person that they need? Okay. It needs to be more than problem aware. It needs to be, I know exactly what's wrong. I know it matters and I know it can't wait. Okay. Your business needs to have a predictable revenue generation plan. And that's what we help to. Okay. You want prescribed solutions. Okay. Right. That's the name of the game here. You want to have prescribed solutions. When you create problem certainty, people stop shopping and they start deciding. They move from browsing to buying because you've positioned yourself like a doctor. You don't need 100 options. You need this prescription. Buy here, buy now, take it while it's available, right? Take it while it's at the right price. Take it while it's in front of you. That's the invitation. And that's what you want to be thinking about. Okay. Name the real problem so you can move the buyer, right? If I wanted you to think you just needed more sales, then I would tell you that. I don't want you to understand. I want you to understand you need a business that is designed to make sales, to generate revenue consistently and predictably. Then sales occur. Sales occur. You need a revenue generating machine that is designed to replicate the founder magic that you bring. That's what we specialize in. And so those are the pieces you need. Okay. Confused to certain. Remember, people don't buy solutions, they buy certainty. And then when you name the real problem, you move the buyer. And it is your responsibility to know that problem because if you're the expert of the problem, which I am assuming you are, then you should be able to speak to it in ways that they can't. Like some people tell me all the time, man, I can't believe you were able to frame that. I've been thinking this for a long time. You just put perfect words to it for me because I am the expert of this problem. We solve it every single day. We solve this problem for lunch and we can solve it for you. Okay. So if this is resonating with you on any level here, then I want to invite you to join our Leads Made Easy event that is upcoming. Type in the chat certainty and we'll get back to you on this here. All right. If you realize that confusion is killing more of your sales than your competition is, then this is exactly why we created the Leads Made Easy event. One of the core pieces that we build together is your problem certainty messaging. Okay. So that you will speak to buyers that recognize themselves instantly and see the urgency inside of what you offer clearly. Okay? And we put scripts and processes together to ensure that that is what's going to happen for you. We help identify the real problem that your buyers have, craft the messaging around it, and then reverse engineer your partner ecosystem so that you surround yourself with ideal power partners who have all the people in their networks that have the exact problem you solve at the time and stage of readiness, need, and desire that they need you to be able to solve it. Go back to yesterday's video to check the one before this and dive into the readiness, need, and desire. Okay. So that you get the exact buyers hand walked into your world. That's the game we're playing. If you want to eliminate confusion once and for all, drop the word certain below in the chat and I'll send you the details. Thanks for your time. Let's go get clear, make clients happen, solve their problems, be their hero.